most AI 3D generators still work the same way. You enter a prompt, hit generate, wait. Fast results are rough, detailed results are slow, and there is almost no control over how deeply the AI analyzes geometry before building. That is where Hyper3D Rodin Gen 2.5 changes the workflow. Gen 2.5 is built around controllable thinking effort, which means I can run the same model idea through completely different generation depths, from ultra-fast 4-second drafts to much denser, high-detail assets with far richer structural interpretation, with support for meshes up to 10 million polygons. So instead of one fixed AI behavior, this becomes a true speed-to-quality control system. I'm here inside the Rodin Gen 2.5 workspace. Under Generate, I can open the Gen 2.5 selector and choose 5 thinking effort levels. Each one tells Rodin how deeply to process geometry before generating. Extreme Low is built for 4-second rapid drafts. Medium gives a balanced result. High adds richer structure, and Extreme High pushes into much denser hero asset generation with finer surface complexity. So this is not a simple speed slider. It is controllable geometry intelligence. For the first test, I'm taking the exact same perfume bottle reference and running it through different thinking effort levels. First, Extreme Low. Within seconds, Rodin gives me a readable draft silhouette. Now Medium. The body proportions tighten and the cap alignment becomes cleaner. Then High. The vertical edges sharpen, symmetry becomes much more stable, and the bottle starts feeling like a much cleaner, usable product asset. This side-by-side comparison is where Gen 2.5 immediately makes sense. Same reference, same object, but very different geometry depth depending on how much thinking effort I assign. So now I switch the thinking effort to Extreme High. This is where Rodin begins producing much denser, high-frequency surface interpretation. Instead of only capturing the large form, the mesh begins preserving much smaller structural details that lower modes simply do not retain. So the jump from Extreme Low to Extreme High is not a minor quality increase. It becomes a completely different geometry class, built for close-up hero assets. Before confirming the geometry, Rodin also gives me several mesh refinement controls directly inside this same stage. I use bang to parts for component separation before final confirmation and apply micro and clean to reduce tiny noisy mesh artifacts while preserving the dense overall surface detail. This intermediate refinement step matters a lot because once the model reaches extreme high density, small imperfections become much more visible under close inspection. So instead of pushing a raw, heavy mesh directly into texturing, I can stabilize the hero geometry first. And before confirming geometry, I can even push the mesh density up to 10 million polygons. Once the geometry looks clean, I confirm it, and Rodin unlocks the material stage. Now I move to texture fidelity. I upload the worn leather backpack reference and generate again. And this is where the new 3D native texture model becomes obvious. The material is not acting like a flat projected skin. It wraps directly over the generated geometry. When I rotate the final asset, the leather scratches stay coherent. The stitched seams continue around the sides. The worn flap highlights remain intact. And there are no blind spots where textures smear or disappear. That 360-degree consistency is one of the hardest parts of AI 3D texturing. Under physically based material preview, the surface response also looks much more faithful under lighting. So this is not only stronger geometry, it is a much stronger texture pipeline too. The final part is workflow usability. From the same output panel, I can package the asset as OBJ, FBX, GLB, USDZ, or STL. And once exported into a real DCC workflow like Blender, I can inspect the wireframe and continue refinement there instead of treating this as a browser-only demo. That matters because AI 3D only becomes valuable when the asset is actually pipeline ready. Now, realistically, this does not replace manual top-tier 3D craftsmanship. Artists will still refine hero meshes when perfection is required. But the real comparison is speed, flexibility, and usable output. 4-second rapid drafts, parallel batch exploration, extreme high dense geometry, geometry cleanup before texturing, 360-degree faithful textures, and direct production-ready exports. That makes Hyper3D Rodin Gen 2.5 one of the most versatile AI 3D workflows currently available. If you want to test Hyper3D Rodin Gen 2.5 yourself, register on the Hyper3D website using the official link below and enter my exclusive code to get an additional 14-day free trial. Test the different thinking effort levels yourself, compare how the same object changes from speed mode to hero mode, and let me know which setup works best for your workflow. I'll see you in the next one.